Well, good morning, fifth graders. Is this, yep, looks like it's working. Okay. So this week, your work is review of chapter 13, and it's going to be the following pages. The vocabulary review, which is on page 554, and then the reteaching, which is on 555 and 556, and then the assessment, which you'll find on 557 and 558. So that's it. I will go over some of these with you guys, do a few of them, and we'll grade this a week from today. Today is a holiday. There's no class today. I just put up a message a little while ago reminding you guys. So, vocabulary review. So it says choose the best term from the word list, write it on the blank. So number 3 actually is 2 words, a, and then it says in parentheses that little n, that means it's a noun, is a mathematical phrase that contains numbers and at least one operation. And that would be numerical expression for number 3. Let's see here. For each term, give an example and a non-example. You know what? I'm not really worried about the non-examples. But you guys can give me an example of a numerical expression and an expression with parentheses. Down below it says draw a line from each number in column A to the correct value in column B. Well, how about number 10 here? We could evaluate that. Let's see here, 36 divided by 4, because that's in parentheses, within parentheses, parentheses within parentheses. And so I could just come over here and I'll write 36, if you don't know it off the top of your head, divided by 4. Well, we don't know how many times. Well, 4 doesn't go into 3, so it's got to go into 36, right? How many times? Well, 4 times 10 is 40, right? So what's 40 subtract 4? That's going to be 36. So it goes in 9 times. So back over here, 36 divided by 4, that's 9. And so I can continue with the problem here, 10 times 11, subtracting, and then the parentheses again here. Oh, no, there's a bracket right there. I almost missed that. So that means there's going to be a bracket right here. So now we have to do 11 subtract 9. Well, what's that going to be? That's going to be 2. And then what's 10 times 2? Because that's what's going to be left. We could put that in a bracket there still. And then 10 times. And then a bracket and a bracket. 10 times 2 is 20. So the hardest one, which is the one we just did, would go right to there. All right? Erase this. And let's look at the next page. Okay, use order of operations to evaluate 50 plus, and then in parentheses, 8 plus 2 times, and then in parentheses, 14 minus 4. Well, this is just an example. You guys have done these all throughout the year. The reteaching gives you examples, and then they want you to do all these 1 through 8 right here. So let's pick one of these and do it. How about number 7? Let's look at number 7 here. So I'm going to rewrite it over here. It's going to be 8 times 5 plus 7 times 3 minus, and then in parentheses, 10 minus 5. Well, what's the first thing we do? We do what's in the parentheses. So we can rewrite this as 8 times 5 plus 7 times 3 minus 8 or 10 minus 5, that's going to be 5. Now, order of operations. What do we do first? We do multiplication and division first from left to right. So here's something to multiply, 8 times 5. So that's going to be 40. 40 plus 7 times 3, subtracting 5. Order of operations. 7 times 3 is 21. Minus 5, 40. All right. What's 40? Now we just do it from left to right because addition and subtraction have the same influence, the same power. So you would just go from left to right. So 40 plus 21 is 61. So we're left with 61 minus 5. That's going to be 56. So the answer to number 7 over here is 56. I think you guys can do the rest of those on your own. Okay, set B, what are they asking us to do here? Let's see, write a numerical expression for the phrase, subtract 15 from the product of 12 and 7. Well, the product of 12 and 7 is multiplying, and so it'd be that in parentheses minus 15. So how about if we just do the very first one here, number 1. It says add 15 to the product, which means multiplying 3/4 and 12. So that would simply be 3/4 times 12, and we're going to add 15 to that. There you go. It's not there's no equal sign. This is just an expression. It's not an equation. Remember, for something to be an equation, and it would have to have an equal sign. Let's see here. I think you can do the rest of those on your own. That shouldn't be too hard. Okay. All right, set C. The expressions below show how many miles a student ran this week. How does Alex's distances compare to Kim's distance? And then it says here, that remember that sometimes you can compare numerical expressions without doing any calculations. And when they say compare, they're talking about, looking to see if they're equal or if one is larger than the other. And the very first one here is a really good example of that. So we have a 37 minus 9 in both expressions. Then one is multiplied by 72, the other is multiplied by 69. Well, which one do you think is going to be larger? 72 times, and then in parentheses, 37 minus 9. That's going to be the larger of the two, because 72 is larger than 69. So that's what they're talking about when they say that sometimes you can compare them without doing any calculations. Okay, so you guys should be able to do those. I don't see anything that's going to look really difficult. Let's see here, set D. Remember that you can use diagrams to help solve problems. And so it looks like we need to find the total number of paperweights. All right. So Carrie has 5 metal, 3 wood paperweights in her collection. And then she has twice as many glass paperweights as metal paperweights. Twice as many. Well, first off, let's just write. We have 5 metal paperweights and 3 wood paperweights. And then she has twice as many glass paperweights as metal paperweights. So how many metal ones does she have? 5. Twice as many, that's times 2. All right. Oops. Here's what I should have done, is put a addition sign in there. And I'm going to do that now. There we go. Because then it says write an expression to represent the total number of paperweights in her collection. Write an expression to represent the total number of paperweights in her collection. Okay, so there's the expression. Then find the total number of paperweights. Okay. So, yeah, I think you guys should be able to do that. Yeah, move on. Looking to see if there's anything that's really difficult here. So now we're on page, what page is this? 557, the assessment practice. Which of the following is equal to 10? You guys can do those. Number 2, select all the expressions that are equal to 8 times 65. You can do those. Which is the value of the expression? I'm looking at number 3 here, 7 plus, and then in parentheses 3 times 4 minus 2. Yeah, you guys can do all these. These look pretty easy and straightforward. Let's see here, number 4. Let's see here. Quotient. It's not a product, it's a quotient. So we're talking about division. Keep that in mind. That's division. Insert parentheses to make this statement true. I'm looking at number 8 here. Well, I'll tell you it's not 7 plus 6. That's not where you would put the parentheses. And you would never put parentheses around something that would have an equal sign. That wouldn't make any sense. So it's not there. So that could kind of narrow things down for you. All right. Is that it? Nope. Yeah, what is the value of the expression? Yeah, these, you guys can do all these. I don't see anything that's really outrageously difficult. So I should have gone through, as I was going through, I should have marked these, which ones I want you guys to do. But you can do 1. I did 3 for you. You can do 4 and 5 and 6 through 10 there. And you can do 11. And then the next page, you guys can do, yeah, you can do all these, 1 through 8. And then, bottom of that page, you can do all those, 1 through 5. Next page, you can do 1 through 4, and then you can do 1 and 2, and I pretty much did 1 for you there. And then on this page here, you can do all these. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I don't see any that are above your pay grade. In other words, too difficult for you guys. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And if you guys get stuck on one, of course, next Wednesday you can ask me for help. So that's it. And I will see you guys Wednesday.